Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking all about recruitment. I remember watching these videos nonstop from January up until August when I went through recruitment. I go to an SEC school, and SEC schools are definitely known for having a little bit more intensive recruitment. And even though I do go to Mizzou and I feel like it's a little more laid back compared to like Alabama or more southern schools, it's still pretty intense. And I wanted to talk about some points that I just never heard people say in their videos, and some things that I wish I would have known about before I went through recruitment, just so I knew that I wasn't crazy and I wasn't going through these things alone. So let's just get into it. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is how lonely you can feel during recruitment. It's kind of an exhausting process to begin with, and then on top of that, you just moved out of your house for the first time and you're away from your family. And the whole process, to me and to everyone else I talked to, felt almost like a summer camp. You move in and you right away start with the activities and whatever, you know, you're doing for the day or that week. And you have counselors, you have pai is what Mizzou calls them. And it's basically just members of sororities who have disassociated from them so that they can help you find your home. And they act as your counselors for the whole week. You have the same ones. And it just feels like summer camp. And even though you're surrounded by people all the time, you go home to your dorm at the end of the day, it doesn't feel like home, and you just feel very lonely. It can be really hard to adjust. I went to Mizzou, and there were 3 other people from my high school who went there, and I didn't really know them that well, so I didn't talk to them, so I literally knew no one. My roommate did not go through recruitment, so I was by myself, and it just feels super lonely. And I remember talking about that to people who were recruiting me. Is that what you call it? The people who were talking to me in houses. I just was telling them how lonely I was feeling. And that's a huge tip I would tell you guys, is to be completely honest. The girls recruiting you want to know you for you. So if you put on this front just being like, my life is fabulous right now and I'm loving every second of it, if that's true and that's how you're feeling, then say it. But if you're kind of feeling down and a little bit sad, kind of explain it to them. You don't have to like go into the deep depths of your soul, but tell them how you feel, because they want to be real with you. You want them to be real with you. Did I explain that correctly? I don't know. But I just didn't know that feeling lonely was pretty normal the first week. Well, actually, pretty much the first semester of college. It's really normal to feel lonely. You could be surrounded by your friends all week and then go to bed and feel super homesick and lonely. So just know it's normal, so don't worry. The next thing I wanted to talk about is recruitment. For the week that you go through recruitment, it takes over your life completely. It's all you talk about. It's all you think you have going for you in life is recruitment. And that makes it even more hard, and you feel more pressure to do whatever you feel like you should be doing, because it's all you're doing from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed is recruitment. And so picking a house feels like it is your hardest decision that you'll ever make in your life. And that's not true. Recruitment, yes, it kind of sucks you in and takes over your life for a week, but it's 4 years of your life. Yes, you are like tied to whatever sorority you pick for life, but it's 4 years of your life that you're like in it, if that makes sense. So it's not an end all be all if recruitment doesn't go as you wanted it to or whatever. But just know that it'll feel like it's your whole life, and it's not. So don't worry. It ends, it's done, like it'll all be okay. And people forget about recruitment. When you go through it, all you're talking about is recruitment, but as soon as it ends, you'll still bring it up every once in a while, but people move on, so don't worry about it. The next thing I wanted to talk about is it's okay if you don't have a moment of revelation when you walk into your house. I hear a lot of times that girls find out which house they want because they'll walk into it, and as soon as they do, they just know, and that's it. they know what house they want, and a lot of times it ends up being their house, which good for them, but that doesn't happen for a lot of people. In my house, I had 3 houses that I really, really, really loved. And I really thought I was going a completely different chapter. And I walked into my current house now on prep day, which is the last day, and I bawled from start to finish. And it wasn't because I knew that it was the house for me and I just absolutely had no doubts in my mind. It was because I had no idea what I was doing with my life. I had no idea what I wanted to prep. I had no idea what was happening. I was so stressed and just emotionally drained that I didn't even know what was going on. I don't remember one thing that happened prep day except for crying. That's it. That's all I remember. So it's okay if you walk into your house that you end up getting and you aren't sold 100% right away. Like, it's completely normal to feel, you know, that you're not all there. Like, a lot of people don't walk in and know right away. It's okay. It's what I'm trying to say. So the next thing I want to talk about kind of ties in with prep day is you will cry a lot, and it's not for reasons that you think. A lot of people talk about crying during recruitment on, for example, prep day, because it's very sentimental round where you get to know really personally the girls in the house, and it's supposed to be kind of the round where it's like they want you, and now it's just a matter of fact of you wanting them back. So they really get personal. They want you to know the house for the girls and who they actually are, and they want to know you. But I cried, like I said, I cried all during prep day, and I wish I could say it was because of how like sentimental everything was, but I just don't remember what anything was, like what happened at all. I just cried because I was just so emotionally drained. My body didn't know what to do, and that's completely normal. I cried the whole way to go prep, to go like click in which house I wanted. I cried the whole time. I cried after. I cried the next morning. Like, you cry a lot, like a lot. And it's okay. It's normal. Everyone cries. You'll see girls just randomly crying lined up to go in a house. Like, it's okay. It happens. Okay, also kind of going along with prepping and all of that, it's completely normal to second guess the house that you chose. People make it out to be like this perfect fairy tale ending where they pick their house and that's it. They just have no regrets. They have no second guesses. And that does happen quite a bit. But it's also very common to pick your house and then, you know, second guess your choice. Not necessarily saying you wish you were in the other house, but always almost being like, what would it be like to be in the other house? Like, would I be happier? Would whatever. It's completely normal, 100%. And a lot of times it takes a while to really love your house. It took me, and this was my top house. This was the house I wanted first. I got my first house, okay? And it took me at least 2 months to really fully, like, love the house to where I didn't even worry about what it would have been like to be in my other house. It takes a while. Like, you're not just gonna get in your house and be like, okay, that's it. Like, that's that. I'm super happy with my choice. And again, it happens all the time, pretty common, but it's also very common to kind of second guess it. And I never wished I prepped the other house, but I definitely wondered what it would be like in the other house. That makes sense. So the next thing I want to talk about is bid day. Bid day is made out to be this magical, beautiful day, and it definitely is. But bid day is more for the sophomores, I would say. Bid day is so fun because you get to run home to your new home. You get to run home to your new home. You know what I'm saying. You get to run home to your new sisters and all that fun stuff. But it's extremely awkward because you don't know anyone. You are brand new. Everyone, at least in my experience, everyone was so nice and welcoming. So it wasn't that awkward, but it definitely was like, what is happening? But I know for me personally, it's going to be so fun next year when I'm a sophomore because I'll have all my friends with me and I'll know everyone in the house, and it's just a big party with your sorority. So it's really fun, but it's okay if you feel awkward in that you don't know what's happening. Completely normal. Okay, So another thing is people can talk. Girls going through recruitment, your peers, they can talk and it can be not so nice. I remember standing in front of a house and a girl standing next to me and another girl on the other side of her, and she started saying some not so nice things about the house, just saying they had a bad reputation. They were known as a weird house, frats didn't like them, and just messed up stuff like that. And the girl on the other side later said that she ended up dropping out of recruitment because that was the only house she got asked back to, and she didn't want to be in a weird house. And now that recruitment's over, I'm at this school. I know the reputation personally. It's not a weird house. It's not by any means like has a bad reputation. It's actually a really good house at Mizzou. And the girl probably wishes that she would be in that house right now, but it just really sucks because, you know, people's words can really affect how you perceive a certain house. So I would just really say don't listen to what other people say about a house. If you like a house, then you like it. It's your own experience. It's not anyone else. And oh my gosh, it makes me so mad. But just don't listen to what other people say, because people do talk and a lot of times it's not nice. Just don't do it. Don't talk and don't listen, okay? That kind of leads me into my last point, is that houses talk. If you go into a house knowing that you don't want to end up in this house, that's perfectly fine. You know, every house is unique and not every house could be like your fit, but go into it with the same open mind that you would your top house. Like, act the same, because houses talk. And if you go into that house and just are rude to them because you want to be dropped by them, they're gonna tell your top house, like, oh, she walked in and she was really rude to us. And they're gonna drop you too, because they don't want someone who does that. So go into every house with the same open mind, the same energy and kindness that you would have in every house. Just so you have a better chance of getting into whatever house you want. But don't be fake. Be yourself, okay? As cheesy as that sounds. You don't want to get into a sorority being someone you're not and then having to keep up that act for 4 years. Like, that would just not be fun. So be yourself, and I don't know, like, try to have fun. I kind of enjoyed it up until like Wednesday, and then I just hated it. So, you know, it's all good, but I don't know. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. Guys, so that concludes this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna be posting videos more regularly, so keep a lookout for that. If you want a video of the structure of recruitment, kind of the day-to-day life of someone going through recruitment, so you can get a feel for what you're getting yourself into, go ahead and leave a comment down below and I can definitely film that for you guys. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I'll see you guys in the next video.